Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I was going to do an orchid unboxing, like I said in some of my other videos. I've put some money aside and I've ordered some orchids recently, some of which have turned up, some of which I'm assuming are still in the post. I was going to do a big, the great reveal, the orchid unboxing video. Then I realised that there's about 1 million videos of people unboxing orchids, and it is just getting plants out of a box. And plus I work as well, so by the time I get back it's like it's 6 o'clock usually. This time of year it's starting to get dark, so there's not really any time to do much videos in the evenings apart from tonight, Friday night, when I've got a bit of time. So anyway, come back, they're in the box, they've been in transit for a little while, they've got to come out, so they're out straight away. They're checked for pests and diseases, they're given a quick spray with neem oil, like most of my plants. That's how I control any potential pests and diseases and keep the greenhouse sort of pest free. It seems to work really well, apart from the damn slugs, which is still getting in somehow. So they're out, we're going to go over and have a look at them. It's going to be a very busy weekend this weekend. I've got a lot of footage to capture. I've got to look after the kids tomorrow. Some friends coming on Sunday, so I've got to cram a lot in tomorrow. So we're looking at tonight. We'll have a look at some of the orchids. Just a quick video. Tomorrow I'm going to move the misting system up into the ridge line. I've got some new tubing now, so we can expand that, move it from above the gantry or the staging up into the ridge line. So that's going to be a video I'm going to get some footage for tomorrow. Also, I've been making some crazy mounts as well. We'll have some of those, and I've got some more material for the back wall of the greenhouse for the mounts to hang on. So those are all the sort of things I've got to try and get some footage together for the forthcoming week, and I'll release them piecemeal over the next week. So tonight we're going to try and get this video wrapped up. We'll go over there, we'll have a look at some plants, and just talk you through what I bought and why I purchased them. Okay, so before we go any further, we're going to need a few vital things. First and foremost, we're going to need one of these. That's right, it's a gin and tonic. All trustworthy, although with summer disappearing quickly, we're going to have to come up with a new winter drink. The next thing we're going to need is some orchids. The first orchid to look at, let's move this guy over here. This is my new Stelis orchid. This is Stelis das Phyla. It's not an orchid I know a great deal about, although it remains relatively small. I know it's endemic to places like Mexico and other parts of Asia. It's also known as a leech orchid, or member of the family known as leech orchids. I'm not entirely sure why that is, whether that's the colour of the flowers. They do tend to have sort of like a deep blood reddy sort of colour depending on the species. This is Das Phyla, so this has got sort of, it produces racemes of flowers which come out sort of pendulously sort of out of this clump of leaf mass. And they have the ability to open and close their sepals depending on the time of day, which is quite interesting. That's going to be quite neat to see. But it's relatively easy to grow orchid. Grow intermediate. It's come already on a mount, so that's handy because I'm trying to move over onto mounted orchids as much as possible now. Really, they take up a lot less space. They kind of look, they just look better. They look more natural, growing as they should, epiphytically. Although this can actually grow lithophytically on stones around moist seeps and springs and stuff like that. Although with the mist, it just seemed intuitive with the new misting system. Now I can keep the humidity high enough. Let's start mounting them as much as possible, really, because they look great, and with a nice bit of air movement and high humidity. They seem to thrive, and all of my mounted orchids are looking a lot better, much happier, and then the penthes and everything. Just everything in the greenhouse looks a lot better. So I'm really looking forward to this guy flowering. Super chuffed with him, really small, super neat, pretty flowers that move depending on the time of day. Yeah, so really happy with that one. It's just on a pint glass at the moment. But we're going back in the greenhouse because the mounts were still quite wet when they turned up, but I'm always very conscious of the fact they've been in a cardboard box wrapped in newspaper, which surely wicks a lot of the moisture away. Probably should get a bit of a close-up really, so we can have a look at them a bit close up. So lots of nice new fresh growth or new leaves coming out here. No sheaves or flower spikes, well no, nothing discernible that I can tell yet. So yeah, happy with him. The other orchid I'm super excited about. I've been one after one of these since I saw one of these in a book years ago, and I've been after one of these ever since. So absolutely chuffed to bits with this. This is Isabella virginalis. Now, I think I've mentioned it a few times before, a lot of people buy orchids for their ornate flowers and their beauty or striking colours, some to a degree for their scent, although not so much. But this orchid, I mean, I love weird and wonderful, and this thing is just most peculiar. It's a very strange little orchid. What I'm going to do is just pick you up and move you around a little bit and just see if I can get you a bit closer to it. I'm just going to turn you off and move you. Okay, so you're on my smallest tripod. This thing's only about 4 inches tall. It's a diddy little thing, but it means you stand a better chance of actually seeing this, because where this orchid is the most unusual trait, apart from looking like grass, is the fact that the pseudobulbs, or each individual growth, are covered by these unusual hairs, which have sort of a woven pattern to them, and they sort of caress themselves around the growths, around the pseudobulbs, to protect them. Because this is actually quite a cold hardy miniature orchid. This will take temperatures down to, like, I can't remember, I looked last night, to the low 40s, which I think is about 5 or 6 degrees. I think I'm still working Celsius, so it's a bit, having to work in Fahrenheit. I always have to look up what the temperatures are. But yeah, this is a great little orchid. I've been after one of these for ages, just because it's so unusual. It does produce really pretty little flowers out of the end of these growths, and it's quite closely related to Neolucia Pucella, which we saw repotting the other day. Which I'm not entirely sure if I don't want to fiddle with that a bit more, and I don't know if I don't want to mount that one as well, because I've got this one, and this is in the same family as Neolucia, which they think. Typical with nomenclature, you know, they sort of they get categorised as a certain species and then end up being moved back and forwards between different allocations, depending on whether they do genetic research on them. But this has been shown to be very closely related to Neolucia, and it grows in these weird sort of clumping rhizomes which sort of like grow along the surface of the media. I don't think it's been on this mount for very long. Doesn't look like it's put many roots down onto it. There is some new root growth on it, I can see, but like I said before, I don't think it's been on this for very long. There's some new roots coming out the back of this pseudobulb here, out of this growth on this side. But I'm super chuffed with this. I've been after one of these for a long time, so finally I've got one. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, over the moon with that little guy. So these are some of the mounted orchids which will be going up on the new mounting wall, basically in the greenhouse. It just sits up there. I'll bring both of the orchids back into shot so we can have a little look at them close up just before I finish this video. Tilt you up, there we go. So there we have it. Stelis das Phyla, that's this one. Leech orchid, such a hideous name, but interesting flowers that move, and Isabella virginalis, this weird creeping hairy mouse-like looking orchid. Absolutely chuffed to bits, looking forward to getting them in the greenhouse, and hopefully seeing them proliferate and eventually flower. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you like these videos, don't forget to tune in again, give us a like, and if you feel like it, subscribe. Thanks for watching.